Hey guys, welcome back to CodyCrafted. Steve-O here, and today we're talking a little bit about a new toy. Well, maybe not so new, but a new toy we have in the shop.
Click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you would like more content, follow social media at CodyCrafted on Instagram.
With the metal fabrication and everything that we're doing, both on the automotive and the gate side, if you will, the heavier industrial stuff, we finally found ourselves needing a little bit more than the bandsaw we've been using for a while, which has been a fantastic thing. So Cody's a fanboy of Swag Off-Road. And we've been using the Swag Off-Road Portaband bandsaw for, at this point,
I've had that for
10 years. It's been a minute.
Like 4, probably, yeah.
4 years?
Yeah.
So we found this unique place nearby here. They've got a location near us and others across the country. But HGR, and they sell used equipment. And we found this big bandsaw that would really meet our needs for on the cheap, quite frankly. And so today we're going to be getting her set up and kind of doing some repairs to her. So you can see what we're needing to do right now is get these rubber tires on the wheels so we can put a new blade on her and get her all set up. We've already got her wired so she can be plugged in. She works as far as we can tell. If there are any other repairs we need to make, we will do it for the price we got her for. We're fine with that. So hang out with us for a little while, and I'm going to try to get this thing up and running today.
It's a Delta Rockwell 20H, I believe. We'll check the tag, but, well, wasn't Delta back then. It was just Rockwell. So, old school equipment, lasts forever. Those guys have got some awesome, huge stuff. Every time I show up there, it takes way too long just because there's way too much cool stuff. They got these robots that were like from GM. I really want to buy one and program it to get me beers out of the fridge.
Hey Google, bring me a beer.
Get your own beer, you lazy.
That'll never happen, but, you know, ADHD brain.
So we have to make sure Cody doesn't go alone anymore. If you know, you know. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, just to make life easier, again, we're going to be installing, this one's already pre-fit just to make sure, so this is one of the new rubber tires, but you have to epoxy glue them on the wheels. So I'm going to start by removing the wheels. They've got 2 set pins, and I'm going to remove the wheel just to make life a little bit easier. We've got the wheel off. The new rubber tire is removed. We were just test fitting that, and we're going to just lightly go around the mating surface, the surface that we're going to be gluing to, and just lightly hit it with some 180 just to make sure it's clean and ready to accept the glue for the new rubber wheel. Well, that didn't work as it collapses on us. Jeez. Alright, so we've sanded, we've put the rubber wheel back on. We're going to use this dowel stick to create some space. And so essentially, then what we'll be doing is we'll be putting glue here, or probably behind it, and we will just work the dowel around until the glue is settled. Make sure the wheel and the is sitting good on it, and then we'll set it aside and let it cure, and I'll pull the bottom wheel and do the same thing to that. Rinse, lather, and repeat. Alright, and the glue we're using is this high-speed cement. We did get our replacement parts from the gentleman from the Woodworkers Toolworks. He was very knowledgeable when we called him up and asked him what we would need to make these repairs and get this thing up and running. So we're going to mix these two for the high-speed cement, and that's what we'll be using as glue, along with just a little brush to apply. And literally, as I'm sitting here working to repair and get the new bandsaw up and going, yeah. The little one, when you're putting it through some heavy loads, tends to...
Yeah, I wonder why we need a new one. A bigger one.
Blade, so easy enough to repair, but yeah, these are things that we will hopefully be able to not have to deal with in the future.
I guarantee you that big 3-phase dude sitting over there, we won't overload it with the stuff we do here.
Okay, and there you have it. Not really a whole lot to it. You can see, just due to the space that I have, you know, really just glued spots every 3 to 4 inches, but all the way around. We will let that set up, and that should prevent the wheel from, the rubber wheel from coming off the iron wheel. Rinse and repeat on the lower wheel. I'm going to put this back on and then pull the other one, and we'll do the same thing. All right, so ran across one thing with the lower wheel. It's actually got a little set pin here that was not coming out easily, so wheel's not coming off as easily as I'd like, so we're just gonna do this one in the actual machine. All right. Not gonna call that pretty, but I am gonna call it done.
If women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
So cleaned up the spillage a little bit, and we're gonna let that set. I'll replace the upper wheel now, and then we'll give that some time to dry, and we'll come back and put the new blade in.
Okie dokie, we're all plugged in. Thank you, Steve-O, for getting our glue on. It's set up for a little bit now. We're not going to put full tension on it or cut anything, but let's test it, see how it goes. All right. The new blade that I bought is too short, so we threw the old blade back on. And it's trying to walk off.
So, as Cody mentioned, the new blade we had for this is too short, so we will need to definitely procure a new blade when the time comes. He does believe that this blade is okay to run at the moment. This is the blade that came with the machine. Not a lot. I didn't film adding the blade in. It's pretty simple. If Cody will get out of my way.
Sorry.
There's just a channel right here. You run your blade inside, and then you make sure it hits the wheels correctly. You got some adjustment here, which is your up and down adjustment. It's got an indicator for your tension, so we know that we need to add a little bit more tension for a 3/4 blade, and then you've got the adjustment here for the tracking. So,
It's alive!
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. We'll probably need to lubricate it a little bit as well, but yeah, she's up and running.
Yeah, the cool thing, HDR has a 30-day guarantee. They are selling liquidation material, like when businesses go out of business and they go in and buy everything. So they do give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. And so when we got it, the first thing I did, like the day we got it, was run down and get a plug so we could plug it into our power. And you know, even though the old tires were completely gone in a million pieces, we did make sure it fired up and sounded like this. So, yay.
Light doesn't work that we can tell at this time, but that's probably fixable if we need a light.
Yeah, it's a Series 28 3X5. Check this out. Down here, speed adjustment. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a little faster than the old Bauer Special over there. The main thing about big bandsaws, number one, it's not so hard on the blade because it's so long, right? Because it's, you know, 14 feet long or whatever it is, and the thing is the throat depth. that's what you're paying for, is being able to get a piece. Like if you got a funky curvature or whatever, and you got to get it in here and you know, get it through the middle. Another cool thing about old bandsaws or big bandsaws like this is this does include a blade welder. So what you would do if you were cutting like the center of a section of aluminum out, say, you know, in this world like a motor plate, so you would actually drill a big hole in the center if you want to cut out the middle of a piece of plate, and you would break the blade. You would actually chop the blade, and then you feed both ends through your piece, and then bring it over here and tell it to weld the blade, and then you grind it back flat, and then you reinstall it with your blade in the middle of your piece. So then when you're done, you break the blade again, and then you can go back and re-weld it back together and put it on here. Or if you snap a blade, you know, you can put it back together, because these blades aren't cheap. They're probably $100 and something a piece. So it's you know, that's the idea of big nasty stuff here. If you put a wood blade in it, which we're running in low speed because we mostly do metal here, but if you were running in high speed, you could do you know, big woodworking. You can actually do resawing in this, so you could fit something in here that's like 10, 12 inch, you know, 10 inches tall, 8, 10 inches tall, whatever, and a big beam, and like, you know, big wood beam, and feed it through here. So really handy. The table tilts so you can cut at bevels. It's just old school, really awesome kind of tool. So need more old tools in here.
Old tools? What are you talking about? We're already here. All right, guys. So that is putting brand new tires on our Rockwell bandsaw. That's putting the old blade back on. Showing you some of the cool features it has, some of the old features from these old machines. You know, if you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe down below and smash the bell so you get those notifications. We can't continue to do this without your support. So we really do appreciate you. And Cody, why don't you send us on out?
Oh yeah, check out the merch shop right down below. We appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.